everyone, it's Fitz with a daily delivery. Now we know earlier this week Bob Bowlesby of the Big 12 met with the new Pac-12 commissioner. I don't know his name yet. I haven't done my homework that much. Get off my case. Anyhow, what's important here is what they possibly discussed. Now, our friends over at Heartland Sports, which covers the Big 12 in its entirety, one of their writers named Robert Graves, did a really interesting piece on diving into how a scheduling alliance might work with a 12-school Pac-12 and an 8-school Big 12. How will this be advantageous to both conferences? Well, as he proposes, the Big 12 would play 7 conference games, because that's all you would have with 8 members, and the Pac-12 would drop down to 8 conference games. 5 in your division, 3 cross-division. Here's where it gets interesting. It would then be about scheduling 2 games with the Big 12 for each of the 12 Pac-12 teams, and that's a total of 24 games, and then a total of 3 games for each Big 12 team of the 8. That's 24 games. So you would end up with 10 games total between conference and the scheduling alliance between the 2 conferences, and 2 non-conference games if you're choosing. Now, I'm not a fan of straight up doing this right now. I would prefer the Big 12 get back to 12, and I have been saying that for a lot of years now, and I can't see how this works out well for the Big 12 if they only stay at 8 for the short time. I get why they might want to do it, more money in their pockets, but you need to bolster yourself for the future. Or you don't want to invite in anyone else into the conference, because then you elevate them to Power 5 status, and possibly they take away slots from any further melting down of what we know as the Power 5. Maybe Baylor and K-State get left out at that point so that Central Florida and Cincinnati can get in. You don't want that. So I get why there's an argument for 8 schools being the Big 12/Big 8. Seems like we've known that before, for the short term. Now, I don't get why West Virginia would want to be part of a scheduling alliance with Pacific Coast schools, so we'll leave that on the table right now, that maybe West Virginia would be happy about it. But the fact that the Big 12 could get back to playing 10 meaningful games a year and play 5 at home and 5 on the road, and the Pac-12 would also get a benefit out of this, and you would still allow conferences to go schedule more meaningful games. And I encourage the Big 12 to go ahead and schedule 11 Power 5 games. Make that TV contract worth more. Well, I just wanted to shout out Heartland Sports for a job well done.